so today, I'm going to be talking about hair care. Natural hair care, how do you take care of your hair, what do you do when you have natural hair, and I have a special guest with me today. She is very, very highly recommended. I know her very well for several years, and she is the founder and creator of the company called Anointed Exposure Hair Salon. She has over 20 years of experience, and she is a licensed hair care expert, okay? This lady knows what she's doing. She has treated my hair for several years, and as you guys may or may not know, I have natural hair. I don't wear weaves. I used to wear weaves, but I don't wear weaves anymore. But I love weaves and not going against weaves. But you know what? I know a lot of you guys are always asking the question, if I have natural hair, how do I take care of my hair? What do I do to my hair? And I'm going to bring in my special guest, Yvonne Williams. She's going to talk about that. So hey, Yvonne.
Hi, everyone.
Well, thanks for being in the mix. And super excited to share with our listeners and our viewers about hair care. I know it's a very, very highly topic that people talk about all the time. And as women, we want to look good. We want our hair to look amazing, and we have natural hair. I took my hair out before by mistake, trying to do my own hair, okay? And I was told stop that. But I want you to just share with people a little bit more about yourself. I don't know who you are, and we're going to talk about some hair care.
Okay, my name is Yvonne Williams. I'm a licensed hair care stylist, have 20 years of experience. My shop is called Anointed Exposure in Lancaster, California. And we're just going to touch on a few basics of natural hair care tips that I want to share with you guys. The first one is scalp maintenance. I really feel that scalp maintenance is really important. And there's two things that I would like to elaborate on, that is having a clean, healthy scalp. I think a lot of times, a lot of people don't shampoo their hair like they need to do, like on an every 2 weeks consistent basis. And brushing your hair with a paddle brush, that also stimulates the scalp and allows the blood to flow for the circulation to cause, hair growth.
So let's talk about that for a second. When you say scalp maintenance, you're talking about literally treating your scalp.
Yes.
Now, what are some ways you can treat your scalp? I know you treat my scalp is it the oils?
Well, no. Going in with a deep clarifying shampoo, that's cleaning your scalp, getting all the residue, the debris and stuff that we experience just being out.
Okay.
That's what I mean by a clean, healthy scalp as far as scalp maintenance, and also using a paddle brush with the bubbles on it to circulate the scalp. You know how sometimes I blow dry your hair, and then after I'm done, I run the paddle brush through it. And then that's causing the circulation to get the blood flowing to cause, your hair to start to grow. So those are the two things that I highly recommend for scalp maintenance. So the second tip I recommend, ladies, is clipping your ends. I have a lot of clients that come in and they're overdue for a trim, and sometimes they don't even want to get their ends clipped because they see the length, but they're not seeing the stuff in between, and then it makes the hair looks really nasty. I think clipping your ends every 6 to 8 weeks is really a healthy thing, because if you don't clip your ends, you will start seeing your hair split through the hair shaft.
That happened to me a long time ago.
Yes.
I tried doing my hair. I had a perm. I know you have perms really bad too, I heard. But I had a perm. Yeah? If you're not treating your hair, so I wasn't treating my hair right, and then my ends were split really bad. And then before you, I was told, I gotta cut your hair off short so your hair can grow better, because your hair is damaged.
Exactly.
So you had that happen before?
Yes, I have a lot. Well, I'm not gonna say a lot of clients, but I do have some that are not regular clients that come in and they don't be wanting to get their ends clipped. So I have to educate them on how important it is to have that service done.
Wow.
So the hair can flow nice, it wraps nice. And a lot of times when we don't clip our ends, ladies, we find it that as we flatten in that hair, it just burns. And so you're causing more damage and harm of not getting them clipped. So I recommend, all of us ladies keep our ends clipped.
So if someone is, you would recommend them clipping their end by themselves?
No, not if they don't know what they're doing. Ladies, please don't go clipping y'all ends. How sensitive that is a no-no. That's one of the dudes you don't want to do.
Yeah, if you want to clip your ends, which she highly recommends as a tip, find someone who is licensed, who is certified to do it for you. And how often you said should you do it?
Every 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay. And I know every time I go to get my hair done with Yvonne, probably once a month or maybe a month and a half, she'll even ask me, she'll just start clipping my end. Okay, let me trim. Because she knows that it's important that my ends are trimmed so that way my hair is still healthy.
Exactly. And a lot of times when I know that clients, even if they're like new clients, whatever, and sometimes the clients may not have the money, I just something that I like to see a healthy hair. So I was going to clip them and, you know, I was like, I get the $10 on the back end, you know. So I like to see nice, healthy hair with the ends clipped. It makes me feel good or something like that.
Okay, cool. All right, third tip. What's the third tip?
Third tip is cellophanes. I like color, as you can see, my hair, all these colors in here. I like doing color. Cellophanes are really good for your hair, ladies. They're not damaging. They're actually stainer conditioners. I did put a blue black on Andrea hair.
Yes.
It's really beautiful. It gives you a shine. It even seals the hair follicles, not the hair follicles, the hair cuticles. If you have like a lot of breakage, and then when you put that cellophane on there, it seals it. It seals the hair shaft.
Okay. So cellophane is not permanent dye.
No, it's semi-permanent.
Okay. Two different things.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So cellophanes are semi-permanent. They come in different variations of colors. They rinse out every 4 to 6 shampoos, maybe depending on if you have some colors that bleed, like red bleed. So that tends to wash out more than norm. But I highly recommend every woman to keep a cellophane on your hair. It doesn't damage the hair or nothing. It gives a nice shine and also color as well.
Right. Now, I was getting cellophane for years. Then, you know, when I had my baby, I kind of stopped because I don't know why. You know, you're not thinking about getting your hair done all the time. And then one day I told my manager, I was like, I got a lot of gray hairs in my head. What should I do? And Dahlia was like, you should get your hair cut. You should get your hair dyed. I said, oh, okay. So she recommended I get my hair dyed. I come to you all the time. I don't think about it. Right. You know, but that helped because I'm in my 30s. You know, you don't want to be walking around with gray hairs, you know, but it does help if you want to cover up some little gray.
It really does. And I highly recommend cellophane in your hair as opposed to doing a permanent dye. Because gray hair will cover the reds, the auburns, the browns. Black sometimes, it depends on how gray how coarse or stubborn your gray is. Because sometimes they don't take, but we have something for that too called Take 5. But I highly recommend everyone getting the cellophane.
Okay, cool. Cellophane.
Yeah, cellophane.
All right, what else?
Next tip, I want to talk about using a satin or silk scarf. I tend to educate all my clients on using that because a lot of clients or women don't know that when we use cotton, the cotton do-rag, it tends to dry out your hair, so that's leaving no moisture, and it tends to break your hair. So that a lot of times you see people thinning out around the edges, or it's just drying it out, and it causes more harm than it does good. So satin silk scarf, satin cap, or even if you have a satin pillowcase.
Oh wow.
That helps too. For people that don't like wearing them on their hair, if it slides off, I highly recommend those things. That's part of, you know, keeping up your hair, you know.
Yeah, I have a satin silk scarf, and I even have the bonnets.
Yeah, the bonnets are good
all the way
too. Yes. The satin bonnets are good too.
Okay.
And then I also want to encourage women that are using the silk and satin scarves, wash them in the washer because a lot of oil things get in, and then your hair greasy after 2 or 3 days. You don't want that after paying, you know, this amount of money, you know, $60, $80 to get your hair done. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, one thing I do, every before I get my hair done, before I leave the house and go to Yvonne's hair salon, I take my silk scarf and whatever, I have a wrap scarf under it too.
Okay.
I wrap my hair at nighttime. So I take the wrap scarf and the silk scarf, and I wash mine in shampoo.
Oh, okay.
Right, and I condition it.
Oh, look, she went way over. That's the tip.
Someone told me a long time ago that if you condition the satin scarves, leave it conditioner, it's gonna keep conditioning your hair.
Oh.
So I make sure that before I go to her, I wash it the night before, and so it's dry. Because you're right, why get your hair done? It's all clean and shiny and nice, and you go to bed that night, and you put on the same greasy, oily scarf you've been wearing for 2 weeks back on your head. It's gonna make your hair go oily again.
Yes, real fast.
So good tip.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
I want to talk about the limit of use of heat on our hair. A lot of times, a lot of us, and I have done it myself when I was wearing my hair long. We tend to get our hair done in the salon, and then after that, a couple days, we in there flattering, just burning it out, burning it, curling. And a tip that I would recommend if you do have to curl your hair in between 3 to 5 days or something, use a paper towel. As simple as that. Test
a paper towel?
A paper towel, tissue, just to test it to make sure, you know, if you see it brown, that means it's too hot. So you just want to be careful.
Yeah.
Even if and I'm talking about using like the thermals. Some people know how to use the ones that we use in the salon, but I highly recommend you testing with paper towel. And then just be careful using the flat irons, ladies. And another thing I would recommend is using a ceramic or titanium flat iron or curling irons. It's something about them that allows, I don't say moisture, but it gives it more like a silky curl. And it doesn't do as much damage as some of the other ones you buy that are like $20 or something. So I would highly recommend when you're shopping for flat irons and curling irons to check out, you know, a titanium or a ceramic.
Okay, so we're gonna do the flat iron test. I'm gonna pull out what I have, and I'm gonna see if what I have in my drawer fits what you're talking about.
Okay.
All right. So I just came back. I pulled out some cool stuff out of my drawer. Question. Because we all have different kinds of flat iron and curls in our drawer. We don't know which one is doing damage to our hair. So is this one?
No, this is downtown.
This is downtown.
This
downtown.
Is ISO. They got me there downtown, but I ended up getting mine at the mall for $200, so they ripped me off. But this is not really a good flat iron to be using on. I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna bring it a little closer so you guys can see why she's saying this is not what we should be using. And maybe it's because, can you explain why?
Well, I'm gonna just say the plate, I had used this one before and it really wasn't a good flat iron to be using on my hair. It seemed like when you have a good flat iron, you should be able to take that flat iron and glide down your hair slowly, not keep going over and over the hair.
Okay.
And a lot of us tend to do that and we don't realize that we're damaging and we burning and
keep
killing that
hair.
hair.
Striking the hair, you're burning, you're damaging the hair.
You're damaging the hair because you're trying to get that bone straight. But if you just take your flat iron, your ceramic or your titanium and start at the root and just go slow and glide down, you'll see the difference of what I'm talking about. Because all my clients, I just do a one.
That's not gonna cut it. Trash.
Yeah,
all right,
trash.
what about this one? Well, I already know. If the first
I feel like you had this thing girl like 20 years.
When I just showed you not gonna cut it, that's not gonna cut it. So I'm gonna use it. Here again, I don't use
I don't know about Conair.
So Conair, out the door, trash. Okay, what about
now? This is a good press comb. She got the old fashioned. See the burnt all around here. Yeah, this is the old fashioned. This is a good press comb. I just encourage you ladies to. When you press in your hair, you got, at-home pressing combs, you want to make sure you test this because they get really, really hot.
Okay.
They hold a lot of heat.
Oh, paper towel.
Paper towel. Okay. Paper towel. You want to test. If it turns brown, then it's too hot, let it cool down. Then, go in with the stroke.
Okay.
This is a good press.
This is a good one. This is my grandmama gave me this comb when she died. She said, baby, I'm going to leave you one thing. So
That's a good pressing comb, Grandma.
This comb is probably 100 years old. No lie.
Girl, yeah,
100 years old. And I keep it because I have natural hair and I don't want to use, like you said, the products and all these different things in my hair. So when I get a chance, I take it and put it on the stove and I pat my little napkin so it's not too dark, make sure it's not burning the napkin up. And I strike that sucker, baby, all on the edges and the back of my neck. Because all the kids everything. So you have one of these. You recommend that we keep them and keep one in the house for natural hair. But what about perm hair?
Now perm hair, I wouldn't highly recommend. Well, it depends. Everybody's hair texture is really different. So sometimes you can still put a relaxer on a person's hair or a client's hair and it's still curly. So I would just recommend to do the same thing, but not too much because you already got a chemical service on
This is, you know how they say word of mouth is the best form of marketing?
Yes.
The hot comb is the best form of hair treatment. Okay? Alright, so we'll do this one. Okay, and then my last one that I had was this one, which is a curling
And
iron.
this one looks okay.
Okay.
It looks like it's like a titanium. It has the holes here.
Okay,
You
so let me
see?
show everybody this one here. So we have some holes, as she's saying.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys a little spin here.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had this for probably, I've had it for about 5 years now.
That's
more.
her favorite.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, it looks like it's a good one, especially with these holes. I like using flat irons, like the baby bliss titanium one. It has like the little holes for the steam to, go through. I like using those. So those are some really good flat irons, the baby bliss titanium.
Okay.
And they got different sizes and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Andrea, this is a
Okay, so I'm gonna check. So the only thing I need right now is this
and this.
and when I don't have these, I go to her. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So that was fun. All right. So what's another tip that we can use to make sure that our natural hair, that we're taking care of our natural hair?
Healthy diet. I think is like probably the number one that we should do, because I know back in the day I wasn't drinking a lot of water, and I know that water is a necessity that we need to intake for our hair and our skin and just everything else. And also eating healthy too. A lot of times, a lot of people don't realize that, certain medications, smoking, nothing against people who smoke, but smoking, certain medications, high blood pressure medicine,
Any medication,
any
most
kind of
people
medication
affect your hair.
would affect your hair, so that's very important. And then if you are someone that is taking medicine, I encourage you to do vitamins, which would give you a balance.
Oh, that's a good tip. Vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins, because
What type of vitamins should they take if they're taking medication?
Biotin. Biotin is the number one that I recommend to take. It's basically for your hair and your skin.
Okay.
You can get them at Walmart or Walgreens. They're like $6, and they have different. I think it's it's called grams, milligrams, or
Milligrams, yeah.
okay, milligrams for 500, 2,000,
Wow.
5,000. So it just depends on your body, what's going on, if you're on it, or if you're on any other kind of medication, to kind of like judge that accordingly as far as the dosage of how high it
Okay,
is.
so I want to add a couple things to her diet that she mentioned about, because water is very crucial,
Yes.
liquid-wise. I was told to drink a lot of water in general. The average person should be drinking probably about 8 glasses of water a day.
Yes.
So the question is, how many glasses of water are you drinking a day to keep your hair healthy and your body healthy as well, right? So a few things that I've done personally for me to keep my hair healthy, the first thing I did was I went to doing protein shakes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, whey protein is one of the best form of proteins. Most of the meats that we eat, if we want to get specific, they don't have proteins in it. The protein have been diluted over the years.
Oh, wow.
So your porks, your beefs, your steaks, your chicken, your fish, they don't have much omega-3 or protein. So I take a scoop of protein shake, whey protein, and I make a shake every morning, or I just shake up in water. The protein that I use has about 25 grams of protein in it. So it's very, very high in that one serving.
Oh, wow.
So one way I found, and that helped my hair get longer, right? But before I did protein shakes, and before I even got pregnant, I literally, every lady that gets pregnant, her hair gets longer because she's taking prenatal vitamins.
Exactly.
So I was taking prenatal vitamins a year before I got pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Right, a year before. And I said, I was gonna try it out. And I said, this thing is actually working because the prenatal vitamins are giving me everything that I need for my body.
Exactly.
But if I was pregnant, it would go to my baby. But I wasn't pregnant at the time. So I'm getting 100% all the vitamins in the vitamins. So I did prenatal vitamins. I don't recommend you do it. You don't have to do it, but it doesn't have to hurt you to do it.
Yeah,
it's just a vitamin.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it, take prenatal vitamins and take one a day for, I think it's like a whole year supply. Then I would do protein shakes. That's an alternative, right? To keep my hair growing, because it's giving me protein. It's gonna bring all the things I need in my body with protein. And then the last thing I do is omega-3. Okay, so omega-3, if you guys can Google it and look it up, it's a very, very high mineral oil that's good for our body. It's known to be in fish, but most fish, tilapia fish, codfish, whatever, mahi-mahi, those fishes, they don't have a lot of omega-3 in it because it's been, over the years, all the toxins that go in the sea, you don't find those in fish anymore. One fish that you find a high omega-3s in that's good for your skin and your hair is sardines.
Ooh, and I do not like sardines.
I know everybody. Most people they get sardines, you open a can, it's a smell that will tear your house down, right?
Do you smell it? That smell. The kind of smelly smell. The smelly smell that smells smelly.
It's like making some chitlins for the holiday. But sardines are really, really good. It's high in omega-3s. And it keeps your hair, sardines is good for omega-3. It keeps your hair naturally oily. And it keeps the minerals and oils in your scalp. So my scalp treatment from the beginning, having good scalp maintenance and having high omega-3s. I have oily skin and I have oily scalp. So I don't have to, now when I was a little girl, my grandmother and my mom would grease my hair up with magic. Remember magic?
Crown, right? Royal crown.
Royal crown, right? So when we were little girls, we would get our hair greased up with all these oils, which therefore came out in our face and our skin. We had oily skin. We always had bumps and pimples over the years, right? So we don't have to do that anymore, okay? Omega-3 is really good. Or an old woman my grandmother told me a long time ago was taking an aloe vera plant.
Okay.
So aloe vera was a plant, and she would take the aloe vera plant, when she didn't have no grease, no oil, and she would slip the plant with a knife and take the oil, the natural oil, and she would use that for her scalp.
Oh wow, that's good.
Right? So those are just like some old homeschool remedies that you can use if you don't have the things that we're talking about here. But the most important thing that she was saying, these are really good tips that you can have to keep your natural hair looking nice, looking healthy, looking shiny.
Right.
And how often should someone wash their natural hair?
I recommend every 2 to 3 weeks. Is fair and decent because a lot of us, all the stuff that we eat, intake, medicine, a lot of people don't realize because they're not looking at their scalp.
Right.
Licensed people like ourselves are looking at and don't realize what type of stuff that is coming out their scalp. So remember, healthy diet is important because what we take in, it comes out in our pores and our scalp and all that. Like when I be shampooing clients, I can tell if they're on medicine.
Wow.
You can tell if they smoke, all the fumes come out their hair.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's when you ask questions, are you on any medicine or this, so you'll know what products to use, the do's and don'ts of, each individual person that, sits in your chair.
Wow, that's interesting. I hope you guys really enjoyed those 7 tips. And it's very, very important, like Yvonne says, take these 7 tips to mind for your natural hair care. If you're not taking care of your hair, she can tell.
Yeah, you
okay.
can tell.
We can tell, but most of all, can you tell? Are you really looking at your scalp and making sure that you're maintaining your scalp, you're maintaining the shine? And someone told me a long time ago that you can take a raw egg and consume a raw egg a day and then have it with your scalp. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. And you also, back in the day, people used to take mayonnaise and an egg and whip it up and do like a deep conditioning treatment on their hair, And I also highly recommend people to do deep conditioners. They have some protein and just a regular deep conditioner treatment that builds the damage hair back up after you've been putting all the heat in. Chemical services. I recommend every client that has a chemical service, bleach, permanent dye, to make sure that you're getting them deep conditioner treatments every 2 to 3 months.
Every 2 to 3 months, okay, perfect. So wash your hair every 2 to 3 weeks, okay? Yes. Now, natural hair being washed, okay? Alert, because I can't wash my hair by myself. If I wash my hair at home, this nice little shiny hair y'all see on camera will be poofed up like an afro. And it will take me 4 hours to do my hair. That means I will part it down the middle, across, and just 1 hour here, 1 hour here, 1 hour here, 1 hour here, and then probably about 20 minutes trying to build it all together.
Yeah, she needs to be in the shop. You don't need to do her hair.
Yeah, okay. So I highly recommend, because sometimes we wash our own hair and we try to put it back where it was, and we screw it up. Yes. We got some of our treatments in it. We're flat ironing it, we're blow drying it, too much hot heat.
And you're using cheap shampoos and conditioners. Nothing against the 99-cent store, but I recommend you use like a system like Joico, Sebastian, or whatever you can find. That's like I said, even Dove have some nice ones.
So that's probably one thing that they're familiar with is using Dove. You go in a Walmart or Target, you're not going to find the makeup products you just mentioned because they're for hair salons. But something that an everyday household product like Dove, what about Suave?
Suave's, I like to clarify.
Or L'Oreal.
L'Oreal, but just make sure you use the system, use the shampoo and the conditioner, and also you want to make sure that before you use the moisturizing shampoo, go in with a deep cleanser first to get all the residue, the grease, all the stuff that is out here. So you want to make sure you get that stuff out, then go in with your moisturizer, shampoo, and then your conditioner.
Okay, so lastly, before we leave, I want you to give people just maybe like a 1 to 5 step or whatever. If they have natural hair and they can't afford to go to a stylist, get their hair done once, twice a month. They're on a budget. They're taking the tips that we gave them on the show. What are the top 5, I guess, little areas that they can do every day or often? Like say for example, wash your hair, right? After you wash your hair, do this. After you do that, do this. What are those top 5 or 7 things if they're going to wash their hair and put it to where they want to be?
Okay.
How can they take those steps and use it? What are those steps?
Okay, I would recommend the first 5 steps. 1, getting you a nice, good conditioner and shampoo.
Okay.
That's 1. If you're scared of the press-a-comb, I would highly recommend step 2, get you a nice ceramic or what did I say the other word was? Titanium. Flat iron. That's 2. 3, make sure you use a satin or silk hair scarf.
Hair scarf, right?
I would also recommend you getting you a nice oil sheen, something that's not too heavy.
Okay.
They have like glossers. They have I like the carrot oil and the olive oil aerosol oil sheen because it's not too heavy. And then also I would recommend, let me see, maybe clip, you can probably clip the edge. You can come to me.
Don't clip your head by yourself, okay?
Let me see, what is the last part? I think I did 4, huh?
Yeah, so she mentioned wash your hair. After you wash your hair, do a deep conditioner.
The shampoo and conditioner, find that.
Okay.
Use a satin silk scarf. If you're afraid of the press-a-comb, find you a ceramic or titanium flat iron.
Okay.
And the oil sheen was 4.
Right.
And 5, hey, be fly.
We like
Do that.
Okay, cool. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot also too. So listen, thank you guys for tuning in the mix with Andrea and my guest Yvonne Williams. She's a 20-year expert on hair care, licensed in California. Her salon is called Anointed Exposure in Lancaster, California. So if you're in LA or in the Valley, you can drive an hour to get to her shop and get your hair done with no traffic in the morning, and then get back home and do what you gotta do. So
and you won't be in the shop all day, I can guarantee you that.
She will guarantee that. I go in her shop and we're talking about by 9:45, literally, okay? So thanks Yvonne for being on the show. This is really good information. And hey guys, tune in next time. Don't forget to click on the button and subscribe to In the Mix. If you enjoyed watching the tips on what you learned today, go down, comment me, let me know what's going on, what you like, any questions you may have for my friend Yvonne. And before we go, let me know how they can get a hold of you on social media.
I'm on Facebook under Yvonne Williams, and then I also have another page, Anointed Exposure, and Instagram is the same thing, Anointed_exposure.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching the mix. Have a good day. Bye.